Hey everyone, it's Charades from Crafty Girl Down South. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some elf on the shelf ideas. So if you're at the point where you're starting to panic and you have no clue what to do to keep your kids excited this holiday season, I have just the information for you. I've done Elf on the Shelf for a number of years with my older two kids, and then I'm also doing it again now with my younger child. So I have lots of resources and ideas that will save you this holiday season. And then I also have a couple of tricks that will be beneficial to you when you are so tired that you forget to move him, or you oversleep and you forgot to do it, or you just don't have any ideas left. So let's get into this video. Okay, so we're going to start out with the basics. So if you're new and you've never done this before, the first thing that you need to purchase is the Elf on the Shelf a Christmas tradition kit. And once you get that kit in and you read that book, it's going to kind of give you a background behind the idea. And it would also teach your child all the rules that they need to do concerning the elf and how this works. Now, there is also another book called The Elf on the Shelf, a birthday tradition. And birthdays are celebrated a certain way at the North Pole. So I'm going to talk about a little bit of that in just a second, because my son's birthday is November the 27th, and we also utilize the birthday tradition. So the very first thing that we need to talk about is day one, which is that entrance day. You know, you normally want to do something to kind of make it exciting. Now, because I'm doing this video with ideas, I'm going to start mine a little bit earlier. We typically start it the day after Thanksgiving, but I'm going to be starting mine on the 16th of November. And one reason that I'm doing this is to give you guys tons of ideas, because if you just give the 30-day, well, really not even 30 days, you're kind of limited. So I'm doing mine all the way from November the 16th all the way to December the 24th. So that will give you guys a little bit of time to kind of choose from some different antics from each month that you may want to incorporate. Now, I've done my entrance letters, because you normally need a letter, several different ways. I've done it straight from the head, making it original, myself. And then I've also used templates. Now, I will share a template below in the description box, and you may just change some information around. But a couple of years ago, I decided to come up with the idea to make our elf suitcases. And at that time, we only had Tattle. Now, we have three elves: Tattle, Peppermint, and Jolly. And Tattle was the original one, and we ended up having his name on the suitcases. And these are actually old jewelry boxes, and I normally make a strap out of the I can't think of the name of it. They're the little strings with glitter on them. They're kind of bendable, and we made a handle out of the suitcases. You can do that, and what we do is I stick their little clothing and outfits in here, and every time they arrive, they come back with their suitcases along with their arrival letter. So that's what I'm going to be doing for day one, their arrival letter. And because we have three elves, sometimes we have them show up with their suitcases, and then we have them coming right in doing a number of different tricks and things too. You can kind of be as creative with this, or you can make it as simple as you want to. Now, I'm going to go ahead on and start with my calendar ideas. And if I have a handout that goes along with it, then I will share that when I go over the calendar of ideas. Okay, guys, and this is what I was trying to remember. This is a pipe cleaner, and this is what we use to make their suitcases for them when they come back each year. We need to replace this one because this one has kind of gotten old because we've been using it several years. But you can make something similar for them to be able to carry their clothing and supplies back and forth from here to the North Pole. Okay, so we're going to go ahead on and start. I did 2 calendars, one for November and also one for December. And I did this to kind of give a little leeway for those of you guys that want to use some of these ideas, but then some of them may be too over the top for you. So I've also added some simple ones in. So when you use the ideas from November and December, you'll have enough to do from the day after Thanksgiving all the way to Christmas Eve. Okay, remember that I'm starting my calendar from November the 16th. Now, one of the main points that I made on top of my calendar for November is that preparation makes it so much easier. You need to always have a backup plan for those days that you're tired. Also, when you forget to move it. And then you also need to have a backup plan in case they touch the elf. So we know that if you touch them, it makes them lose their magic and they don't feel well. So it may be a good idea to have some magic dust on hand. You can make it yourself with some glitter or whatever you see fit and sprinkle it over them. You just be creative. And I've done various things over the years. I also have another idea that you can use that I printed off the internet that I will be linking in the description box below. That will work too. It's also a good idea to already have your the things you want the elf to say, have those already typed up so that all you have to do is just lay it out. It makes it so much simpler. Also have you're gonna have some ongoing activities. One of the things is behavior notices. I always had like the naughty or nice printouts. So if the kids had a bad day at school, they were naughty at school or they were naughty at home, or they made good choices, did good grades, I would leave those notices out all the time during that month-long period. There are also some bad day poems that are available for when those kids make bad choices. You can leave those out. It will be linked in the description box below. So, and some examples of like some of the sayings that I always print out early. Like this one says, I'm sorry you guys were rather disobedient yesterday, so I decided that I would not move. If you're better today, I will move in the morning. I print these off all the time just to have them on hand. This one says, yummy cookies will make you drool. I mastered baking while you were at school. And it's just, and I printed off these. I made some myself. I found some online. And I just keep tons of them. And I just randomly choose. I decided to take the car out for a spin. I was racing a turtle. Think I win. And that's just some examples of those. So anyway, we're going to start this calendar out with November the 16th. That day is when you'll do your introduction letter. You'll have your elf arrive with their suitcase, any materials that belong to them. Day 17, the elf is going to read a story. For me, I prefer to have mine read Christmas stories for this particular time of the year. November the 18th, the elf lifts weights with marshmallows, and you can stick those together with toothpicks and have them laying down, lifting them up. Now you can also buy wire and stick the wire through the legs and the arms to make them bendable. Now I've never used that technique. Some people do. I normally just place everything how I want it to place, and it's worked out well for me. November the 19th, they can play cards, dominoes, or any board game. November the 20th, our elf is going to watch the elf movie, and he's going to be sitting with a small container of popcorn and the remote. You can choose whatever movie you desire. November the 21st, I left that blank there. I haven't decided, but you can have them shower and wrap a towel around their head. You can put them in a freezer so that they can feel more at home because it's cold at the North Pole. And remember, the kids have to go around and find the elf each morning. Now, if they're having a hard time finding him, then you can help them and give them a hint. November the 22nd, you're going to leave a Thanksgiving color sheet or activity for them to do. And my kids always loved when the elf would leave them an activity or something that they can work on themselves. My favorite were the family activities when the elf will leave a coloring sheet or activity for each family member. And me and my husband, we would also do it along with the kids. November the 23rd, ask for a Thanksgiving sweet. November the 24th, the elf is going to make a messy Christmas dessert. Some of our favorite has been with boiling the spaghetti noodles and then topping it with marshmallows, Hershey syrup, sprinkles, anything like that. And the elf normally will be sitting by eating it. The 25th, which is Thanksgiving Day, we're going to have our elf decorate a gingerbread house. And Dollar General normally has, they have them right now as well as Family Dollar, even the mini gingerbread houses. The 26th, the elf is going to construct an elf pet home. And those of you guys that have elf on the shelf pets, you know it's 3 different ones. You have the reindeer like what we have. We have 2 of those. You can get the Saint Bernard, the dog, or you can get the Arctic fox. And these are going to be linked in the description box below. And you can actually cut them out and put them on a cardboard to make them more sturdy. And then this is the reindeer's house. There's a barn. He has a carrot and a bowl of water to drink. If you have the Arctic fox, this little cave is his home with the fish in the water bowl. And if you have the Saint Bernard, he has a dog house with the bone, the bowl of food, and the dog house. That will be linked in the description box below if you want those printouts. I'm also going to be including linking my calendars so you can actually look at my calendar. November the 27th. Now that's my son's birthday. So for ours, our elf is going to return to decorate the birthday chair. And you'll know what that means if you pick up the Elf on the Shelf birthday kit, and he's going to be having on his birthday costume. Now, for those of you that don't have a child with a birthday, you can do the elf camping, and then they can decorate their build a tent with popsicle sticks and leaves to make a tent. And you just hot glue the sticks and hot glue leaves, and they can sit outside and camp with a little campfire. And you can even sit like a marshmallow on a stick, like they're roasting marshmallows. November the 28th, you're going to have an elf slumber party with a sleepover. And if you guys watched my Christmas haul video, I showed the sleeping bags and things that I picked up at Dollar General, but I will show you those here too. Okay, and these are the little sleeping bags that I picked up at Dollar General a couple weeks ago. And we have 3 elves, so they have 3 of these in different colors. We have 1 girl and 2 boys. I also have some clothing items that I'll show you later when I show everything else. Okay, so there's that. Now, if you don't have you can't find those at the store, you can make some from the felt sheets at Walmart. A couple of years ago, my kids, one of the things that they did, they made tattle a cape to keep warm at the North Pole. And this is the same cape Jolly actually has it on, but when Maury and A were younger, they actually made this little scarf and cape for tattle. And they made it with just some felt and some thread from Walmart. So you can actually make the sleeping bag yourself too. Okay, November the 29th, I just said we had an elf slumber party with the sleepover. And then the 30th, the elves are gonna leave photo frames with pictures of your kids. So let's find that template. And here it is, and it's printed on cardstock. And then you can just leave the picture somewhere around the house with the elves. If you would like to do something else, then you could feel free to add something else on top of that. If you would like to leave these out and have them do something else too, then feel free to do that. I've even had my elves, because we have 3, we've done 2 or 3 different things each night, because I'll have each elf doing something. So you can kind of do that however you see fit. Okay. We're getting ready to move into the next month. But another thing I want to make sure I tell you guys is that I will go ahead on like all of my food items that you would like to have the elf make. It's a good idea to go ahead on and do your grocery list and pick those items up ahead of time so that you're already prepared. It's also a good idea to have all of your activity sheets printed out beforehand, whether it's the naughty nice certificates, whether it's the behavior notices, the props for all of your antics, or the verbiage that you want to lead them out to say. Remember, my key word was preparation makes this so much easier. So have all of your backups for the days that you forget to move them, when you don't have time to move it. Your elf dust to restore magic. All of that stuff needs to be ready in a folder ahead of time. Okay, moving on to December. Day 1, elf bingo with the hair beads. So the little beads that you can buy to put on a little girl's hair, that's what they're going to use for their bingo little puns. And then I also have elf maze and word search. And these will be available. I found these on various websites, and I've linked those in the description box below. So this is how. Oh, then go back. Okay, I thought that was all. There was sunshine running. So here's a little mini Christmas elf maze, the little bingo sheets. And you can just put some little beads down there. You don't even have to use beads. You can use cereal. Anything that you want them to be able to use to cover their spots up. And there's the word search. So that will be available for you to print out below as well if you would like to use that. December the 2nd, I have on here another elf movie night, because you can have them watching a different video than they did before. So before they were watching Elf, it can be another movie that they can do, or you can trade it up. You can have them do something else. December the 3rd, which is on a Friday, Elf Tic-Tac-Toe. Well, they call it Elf Tic-Tac-Snow. And I think I showed that in my short video. There's so many available on the internet. You can just print off the little tic-tac-toe card, and they have they can use marshmallows to cover it. And then I've seen some where they use, like, one elf will use a snowflake and one will use something else, but it's tons of cards like that. December the 4th, the elf beach scene. I've done this in the past, and I use brown sugar for sand, and then I just printed out different seashells and laid them down, and I had the elf laying out with sunshades on. You can even lay some sunscreen out or something like that. December the 5th, the elf scavenger hunt. Now, and I actually have that listed twice. Now, I've done this with my kids a number of different ways. You can hide items, so you can do several different scavenger hunts. You can do a scavenger hunt where you can hide little small things that they may like, and then they'll have to find it. So that'll work for that. We also have the Christmas light scavenger hunt. Now, I actually have this listed for the 18th, but I'll go ahead on and show it to you. And what you have to do is travel around the neighborhood, and then you have to find all of these things. And then as you guys see these around the neighborhood, Or even in your home, if you want to start in your home, then you mark those out on the scavenger hunt list. And I've linked this in the description box below as well. The sixth is the elf donation poem. I don't know about y'all's kids, but my son has a lot of toys. He has so much that he could stand to donate something to someone that's less fortunate. So we have a donation poem, and I've also linked this in the description box below. And it says, I have a mission to help spread some cheer. It's very simple, so please do not fear. Take this money and go buy a toy. Pick a good one for a girl or a boy. Next, bring your gift to donate somewhere. Your parents will help and will take you there. Leave the gift and pass it on. For a smile it will bring to a little one. That will be linked in the description box below as well. Then we have the Elf magazine. It's also linked in the description box below, and it's 4 different Elf magazines. And they can just be sitting around reading the magazine. And that's linked in the description box below. So that's another easy one on the days that you're really tired and you don't feel like doing a lot. It's just as simple. All you have to do is already have it cut off, sit them up, lay it out, and that's it. You're done. We also have elf charades, where if you have more than one elf, they can play the charades. That has the little small charade cards, and they can all be holding various cards and trying to mimic what's on there. I think one of the easiest ones would be to build a snowman and to wrap presents, or even to pretend that they're Santa. You know, so those will be easy. Then we have the lemonade stand. Now I think I have linked that in the description box below. It's on one of the different activities that I have linked. So you can do the lemonade stand and then just mix up and have a glass of lemonade sitting there. You may even find some little small containers. I used to just have my elves drink out of like the straw out of a big glass. But if you can find some little mini ones at Dollar Tree or something, or you order something, that'll work too. This December 16th, I have Elf Interact with the kids' toys. That was one of my favorite things when my kids were younger to do. Like when Aiden was smaller, they would interact with his wrestling men and his action figures. They would play games together with Mara. They would play with the dolls. They have set up in her dollhouse when she was younger. They would drive the dog cars. Aiden even had a helicopter, and the elf would get inside the helicopter and ride in it. That's one of your best things that you can do that are very simple if you have a small kid, is for them to interact with the toys. December the 17th, Elf Laundry Day. So you can have them hang up their laundry. I normally have just ran string from one area, one little thing to the next, and then use little clothespins, and they just hang their laundry up. And some kind of way I skipped the ride along the school day. So I skipped the whole week, y'all. So, okay, so on the 10th, I skipped that. The elf can already be in the car and ride along to school with them. They normally already have their seatbelt buckled and ready to go. I also skipped the elf snow angel, where you just put the powdered sugar down and then just move their legs and arms and help them make the snow angel. And then the elf poop with the chocolate chips drops. So you can kind of set them up like they're pooping with a chocolate chip drop there. And then the peppermint scavenger hunt is just a different twist, where they can leave a clue out about how many peppermint candy canes they left around. And I normally limit it to that one room, and then they have to look until they find whatever number that the elf hid. And then we have the elf twister game. Let's see. Okay, guys, that is linked in the description box below, but I can't find that copy. I'm going to come back at the end and show it again, but it's a miniature twister game, and I did it a couple years ago with RLs and some of the other toys, and it's really, really cute. You can just kind of spread them out on the different colors. So the elf twister game, and then I'm going to go back to where I was when I lost my spot. So I'm on December the 19th, and then that's when the elf wraps the toilet paper with gift wrap. The kids normally really, really enjoy that. And then on December the 20th, you can wrap up one of the parents with Christmas lights. And I will link the picture of when our elf wrapped up Jeremy a couple years ago with Christmas lights and Christmas bows. So it's something that was really fun. And then I also skipped the elf when the elf is sick. Now this is something good to do if they touch them. You either have two alternatives if they touch them. You can make the magic dust and sprinkle it on them to make everything okay, or they can get sick and have to go through the process to get well. And if you go that route, you can you can make them some elf pills by using a little Tic Tac container, and I just made like an elf label that says elf pills, and I left out a prescription from an elf doctor. That was really cute, and I think I ended up putting ours in the doll bed one day. You can also put them in a Kleenex box and make a pillow, and I had like different medicine and tissue laying around that they were using. And then once that elf gets well, here's the elf certificate of health. And I will have this linked in the description box below. And it just says, this certificate is certifying that Santa's elf, whatever the elf's name is now feeling all better thanks to his family using Santa's magical recovery dust. So this one will be good if he uses the magic dust. And I also have the little pouch of elf magical recovery dust. If you want to print this out, or you can make your own and put it in a Ziploc container or another thing. And then this is the actual recovery kit where it tells you what to do. Santa heard elf is feeling blue. His magic is fading fast. Saint Nick's powers are strong and true, and elf's sadness will not last. With a wiggle of his nose, Santa will make it better. Your elf will be aglow with more magic than ever. Sprinkle this dust on elf for the problem it will fix. He'll be back on the shelf thanks to one of Kris Kringle's tricks. So that goes along with the whole elf recovery kit when he's sick. Okay, then we have December 21st, which is going to be an elf sack race. A couple of years ago, I just used the brown paper bags that you can buy for like making lunches. And I'll also share that picture at the end. And then the 21st, an elf snowball fight. And what I've done in the past is put some elves on one side along with different toys, and then spread out the little small marshmallows all over like the snowball fight. And then on the 23rd, I like to do like family activities. So I left an elf family activity for them to do because they can work on that on Christmas Eve. That's probably not going to be the only activity that I do, but that's one because like I said, I like to do multiple activities, and I'm probably going to even do more activities than what I shared with you guys because I have 3 elves and we like for them to do a lot of different things. And then the 24th is the elf farewell letter, and you can either find a template or you can make it original like what you would want to do yourself. And another thing that I like to add is various religious elf activities. Like I've left scriptures out for my kids. Another thing you can kind of incorporate and do a fun research activity. One year we did Christmas around the world, and they had to look up, or, for your kids that are smaller, you can read that and share it with them if they're not able to read it themselves. You can look up and read about how different countries share Christmas and how all of those experiences are different. Another thing that you can do, I think I skipped it, is with the elf shaving. That's one of the easiest ones to do, the elf shaving, the elf brushing his teeth. Y'all, the list goes on. Also, one of the things that I wanted to share is this elf badge of honor. And this is a way to reward the elf for pretty much entertaining us each day. So the bottom, those are the badges. And those, the badges need to be cut out. And then every time the elf does something, like right here, if he gives you candy, if he builds a tree, if he paints, if he plays music, all of these different things, he is rewarded a badge, and then you'll place it on his one in each square. And you may want to come up with something that the kids get a chance to give the elf if he fills up one row, if he fills up 2 rows, or however you want to do. That's something fun to incorporate for him to get a little bit of joy in the process. And that will also be linked in the description box below. And I also have some other various little candy items and wreaths and stuff that you can incorporate with them to be able to leave with the kids. But everything will be left down for y'all in the description box. The bingo card links, the lemonade stand, the elf twister, all of that stuff will be available. Now, let me show you guys some of the clothing that I've accumulated and that I've used over the last couple of years. So here's like an elf pilot jacket. Tattle used to wear this all the time when he would ride on Aiden's helicopter. We have some elf jerseys. These were some pilot goggles. And then I have like a list of props that they like to use. Here is a laptop. And this came from just the regular doll section at the store. You can buy these. Here is a plate of cookies. Some more glasses. A water bottle. And then I even in years past, I would even make various props and just print them out on construction paper. There's a phone. And then here is the magic door. This was ordered on Amazon a couple of years back. And they tend to like to come and go through this magical door. And then I also thought, because my phone went dead on me. But what I was saying is this is one of those things that really makes me love the memories that we make by using the elf on the shelves. So this is a letter that Maury wrote when she was little. It says, "Dear Santa, hope you enjoy your cookie, but would you please leave Tattle one for coming back to us? We've had an amazing time, and it's just to say thanks. Sincerely, Aiden and Amori. P.S. This year we have no reindeer food, but tell the reindeer hello. We have forgot to make the reindeer food that particular year." This one was from Aiden. "Dear Tattle and Santa, thanks for all the funny things you do for us. Will you come to my birthday party? The snowman cookie is Tattle's, and the Christmas tree cookie is Santa's." So that's what I was telling you guys about the birthday tradition. Even when they were younger, we did the Elf on the Shelf birthday tradition too. So you probably need to purchase one. If you would like to know a little bit more about the birthday tradition, then just comment in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about it in a video. If you would like to do that before you decide to buy it. This one was from Maury another time too. "Dear Tattle, thanks for another super funny, crazy, and exciting month. It has been yet another awesome adventure. Bye. Have a nice upcoming year preparing for next Christmas. Also, will you please come back for my birthday, July 25th? It will be really fun. Sincerely, Amori." And this one says, this is from Aiden. Dear Tattle, I will miss you very much. I have something to tell you. Will you come back for my birthday? It's on July 7th. Will you tell Santa hi for me? They always wrote letters each year before he would leave to make sure he came back for their birthday in the summer. And they both have summer birthdays. Alden has a winter birthday. Dear Tattle J, I have had a blast with your mischievous ways. These last 3 weeks have been awesome. It is hard to say bye. I really want you to come back for my birthday. It is July 25th, 2013. I will be 11 years old. Thank you for all of the fun. I love you. I really hope to see you again soon. And then it says, love Amari J. Where is my really big gift? I know you have it. And then she made a sketch of him. And I thought that was so cute. I love y'all going back and looking at things like that. And then this was Aiden's, and he drew a little picture too. And guys, I only have one more thing to share, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. I was showing you that you can purchase Elf on the Shelf brand items and treats, and you can always incorporate that in your scheme by having them leave these items out for the kids to enjoy. So guys, that pretty much concludes my video. If you remember to follow me over on Instagram at Crafty Girl Down South, no spaces, I will be sharing different Elf on the Shelf ideas daily. Now I will be sharing them on YouTube, but it will be after a week has passed by, and then I'll share like that entire week. Now because I'm starting early, when I do my first week, I'll share that in enough time for you guys to do your first week. But once we start that first week, if you want the day-to-day ideas, go over and follow me over on Instagram so that you can get them in real time if you want more preparation. Remember, I'm going to be sharing these calendars in the description box below so that you can make copies of those to use. So remember to subscribe to my channel, Crafty Girl Down South. If you're not already a current subscriber, please give this video a huge thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. And leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know if there is a particular idea that you're going to be incorporating with your own Elf on the Shelf. Until next time, guys, bye-bye.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right.
Dance, dance,
Now this
dance,
Christmas, we're gonna dance.
we're gonna
okay?
dance, dance, dance,
Come on.
dance. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.